Welcome to another episode of English Ed Reviews Everything. I am your host and everyone's favorite flatmate, Lucky English Ed. This is an episode long overdue, and in fact I haven't uploaded anything in a very long time. So let's just get right into it. I have here Wave 1 of G.I. Joe Classified, and I'm loving them. I want to get my hands on more, but oh man, the scalpers. They really want, they don't want an arm and a leg. They want both your arms and both your legs. But enough of that. I'm gonna get more. I also got plenty of other Joes to review. Keep in mind, this is not a G.I. Joe review channel. I just review all toys that I like, so in between, there may be other things. In fact, I'm going to do a short episode later on today on this bad boy. Anyway, we have here the entire first wave, Wave 1 of G.I. Joe Classified. I'm loving them. I managed to, I wouldn't say destroy, but I managed to ruin Snake Eyes' sheath for his sword because it came warped. In the box, it was slightly curved, and I tried to uncurve it. First I did, I just dunked it in boiling hot water, which worked out well. Dumped it in boiling hot water, then ran it under cold water, and that worked out well for a while. But for some reason, I'm not exactly sure, it curved again. So this time I decided, let me just take a blow dryer this time, because I don't feel like dealing with the hot water. The blow dryer melted it. It didn't melt it to the point where it was trashed, but I would prefer it has still been mint. Anyway, let's start with Destro, shall we? I believe we should start with Destro. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to grab something. Let's start with Destro, and here we have. Man, I should back that up. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Pull out. There we go. And let's take that light down a little bit. There we go. So we have Destro here. Now I've been seeing some sort of variants online where his head has like some sort of circle or something like that. Some people are saying it's variant. Some people are just saying it's a mist paint app. I'm not sure. I really don't care too much about it. So let's just stick with the one I have here. This Destro is pretty cool. Some people are saying his sheath right here is designed for his gold gun, which I keep in his little briefcase with stacks of cash. Open this up. You can see inside it has a little computer, the Cobra insignia, a screen, keyboard, and then we got stacks of cash up here. We have his little pistol. Let's see if we can get that into focus. Not focusing very well. Let me try and back it up. I'm not focusing properly for some reason, but it's a nice little pistol. It's not reminiscent of any real world pistol, but it's nice. It's gold. I do like that, and it's pretty cool. It fits in his hand very well. You can manage to fit his trigger finger into the little trigger hole, but I don't want to do that, because I fear that I might break it. But it can, because I have done it before. Then we have here his larger pistol, his laser pistol, I'm going to say, with a scope, which I wish I had that on hand. I don't want to go grab it now because that's just going to ruin the video. But his laser pistol with scope is very reminiscent of the laser pistol that Tomax and Xamot, the Crimson Guard twins, come with. It looks like, when I first saw it, I said to myself, well, they already got Tomax and Xamot hiding in the background somewhere. They're going to release them pretty soon, which is not the case. But there you have it. I like it. It's pretty cool. It fits in his hand really well. There we go. Shaboinkin. The joints are pretty tight. I've been playing with my Destro a lot, so his actual wrist joint is kind of loose. But they come very tight out of the box, with the exception of my Snake Eyes. I don't know why. So let's just get right into articulation. All the males from the line have the exact articulation. So when I say male standard articulation, I'm referring to just the males. They all have the exact same articulation. So they have the butterfly joints for that. They have a swivel with a pin, which is cool. You got 360 rotation. You also have a swivel at the bicep, 360 that. You have a double joint at the elbow. And then each character has slightly different wrist joints, but ultimately all the same. He has a pistol grip wrist joint on both. On both? Yes, on both. It's his right is easier to work than his left, but standard. Then they have a waist swivel, a waist crunch. Turn it that way. They have the drop down joints in the hips, which allows for all types of articulation. A swivel at the thigh, which is, you can 360 it. A double joint at the knee. There we go. Let's get the arm out the way. Another swivel at the shin, 360 that as well. And then they have a, no, it's not really a pivot. They have a rocker at the ankle. And another joint at the ankle. So that's all the, oh wait, forgot about the head articulation. So let's just pop that joint back in there. Let's crunch him a little bit. Get him in nice and close. There you go. He's on a ball peg, which you can with some. With him, it'll be a little bit more difficult. I don't know why you will on a 360 set anyway. He can look up that far and down that far. But with the crunch, you can make him look down even further. Like, oh, look at my toes. And that is Destro. Moving on, let's go to Roadblock. Now, Roadblock is a beefy man with a beefy tattoo of a lion. Standard articulation for males. His wrists, however, are different. His wrists can curl up and curl down that much. He doesn't have that articulation for either one of his wrists. Let's pop that gun out. His head can 360. You can see how he has that joint. Make him do that. Incredibly silly. Let's pop that back around. The heads do pop off. I've seen other people replace Roadblock's head with an entirely different Roadblock's head. Now, his articulation is limited, actually. Because he has a vest that is not removable through traditional methods, you can't just take it off. I would have to pop his head and arms out of their sockets in order to remove his vest. But ultimately, it's just a standard body underneath. In fact, the same body is used for one or two other characters. Don't quote me on that. At least one. He has the butterfly joints, standard articulation. He comes with this gigantic weapon. I have no idea what it's called. It's big, it's beefy, it's designed to put holes in walls. Let's just leave it at that. And what I do like, it has a removable clip. I'm loving the removable, excuse me, for you gun enthusiasts, a removable magazine. Let's pop that clip back in. And I just like it. When I first saw it, I saw these hinges and I thought to myself that these hinges must move. That'd be really cool if these hinges make it fold down and fold up. Moving along. Now we have the leader of the group, Duke. He comes with quite a few accessories. Comes with this backpack that has two canteens and a trenching shovel. I do like that. Reminiscent of the original. He comes with these binoculars, which is really cool. Let's see if we could get that in frame. Got my fat fingers. That's pretty cool. And then he has this assault rifle, which is very reminiscent of an AR. America's favorite gun right now. Then he comes with his belt which is not removable unless you disassemble him. He comes with this bandolier, an additional piece of equipment around him. You can remove it. And then on his side he comes with a, if I could get that out, a pistol and a holster. You can remove the holster, but only if you disassemble his thigh. Standard articulation. With his wrist, however, he has two different wrists. He has a pistol grip wrist. Wait, which one is that? Yeah, that's this one. He has a pistol grip wrist, which goes up and down. And then he has this wrist for that motion. Standard articulation, butterfly joints. It's a little bit more difficult to move his butterfly joints, but they can be moved. They're designed to be moved. He can look up that much, down that much, 360 rotation at the head. Pretty cool. Mine came a little weird because it's like they didn't take their time putting his shin guard on, and it looks just really weird. I'm thinking about peeling it off and just super gluing it back on to get the look I'm looking for. And here we have Scarlet. She comes with a lot of knives. I'm not exactly sure why so many knives. She comes with two knives that sheath into her little backpack, like so. She has a bunch of crossbow bolts that do not remove. She has a belt. She has a crossbow. Now, let me just pop this off real quick. I don't know why they did this. Like, it's a crossbow. It looks pretty cool as it is. I thought it would be a standard solid sculpt, but it wasn't. They sculpted it in two different pieces, and I thought to myself, well, maybe you can just put just this part directly on her wrist somehow. No, that's not the case. It's two separate pieces. I wanted to crazy glue it together, but then I thought to myself, well, maybe in the future they might release some additional accessories that can clip onto it, so that's the only reason why I haven't super glued it. Her sheath, her arrow sheath does come off. It doesn't come off, but it does come off. What am I saying? You can manipulate her head to the point where it come off. She has an extra knife here that sheaths into the front. She can look up that far, down that far. Now, she's a female, so she doesn't have the same articulation as the males. And that's where it gets a little tricky. She has a butterfly joint, but for whatever reason, mine does not appear to move. Or maybe she doesn't have a butterfly joint. She does not have double jointed elbows. That's it. One joint, that's it. Can't even make her pick her nose. She has two different wrists. She has this wrist that moves like so, doing that motion. And then she has her pistol wrist for up and down motions, which is pretty cool. Everywhere else, though, from the waist down is standard articulation, thigh swivel, shin swivel, double joint at the knees, and then you got the tilt and the joint at the ankle. Those were all her accessories as well. Now we have what I really wanted to get my hands on. I only wanted him at first. I was like, I'll just get the snake eyes. I wanted the deluxe snake eyes, but that was eBay wanted way too much. They were asking way too much. Now he comes with a buttload of accessories and a buttload of things that aren't supposed to come off, but if you disassemble them, you can get these items off. He has a grenade bandolier. He has a knife and a sheath on his thigh. Then he has his pistol and sheath on this side, which is designed to hold everything. Has his machine gun. Then he has his pistol, and he has his silencer that connects to the pistol, like so. Excuse me, again, not silencer. That's not a thing. It's called a suppressor. So he has his pistol with suppressor, silencer. And he has standard articulation for males. He has both his wrists are pistol wrist, so they can cock up like so and down like so. Both wrists do the exact same thing. Now, for some reason, he came a little loose in his crunch. As you can see, I'm just barely tilting that, and it's just really loose. Now, if anyone can tell me how to tighten that without having to disassemble him, because I don't want to do that. I fear that I would ruin him if I disassembled him. That would be much appreciated. The detailing is just really good. I like this one better. The overall black aesthetic to this, I like it much better than the deluxe version. I do like the additional accessories the deluxe version came with, but I like the look of this Snake Eyes better. Now let's get to his backpack. His backpack came in two pieces. This does not open, but that's how they built it. The sheath can go in there, and this is the sword. As you can see, my sword is kind of warped, and that's where I messed it up. The sword itself is fine, but if you get in close, you'll notice, see how it's kind of messed up right there? That's because I took a blow dryer and warped it. Let's see if we can work that. It's a little dark. But yeah, and it warped back to that misshapen thing even after I did it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop fiddling with it, because if I keep fiddling with it, I'm gonna mess it up. What I do like about the fact that I did mess it up that much is now the sword holds in better, much better. Like, look at that. It's not coming out. So in transport, it's not gonna fall apart, and I'm not gonna have too many problems losing it. It's gonna stay in its place. And that has been a quick review that's nearly 20 minutes long. Oh boy, I hope somebody actually watches the entire 20 minutes. I can't get him to stand up. And that's it from this end. You know, first wave, wave one. I want to get, the next things I definitely want to get is going to be, I really want to get my hands on a Baroness. I really want to get my hands on a Baroness and her Cobra Coil motorcycle. It's so dope. It's only $30, and I can easily afford that. However, every time I hit up a, I was about to say, every time I hit up a, is it Walmart? Walmart, Kmart? One of the marts, I think it's Walmart. Every time I hit up one of those places, they're always sold out. And it's only a $30 item retail, but online they want damn near $90. And I'm like, that's a hard pass to me. But anyway, This 5-minute video stretched into 30, so this has been everyone's favorite flatmate, Lucky English Ed, signing off. Love, luck, and lollipops.